So how do you feel about the track color being blue and the supports being orange? Could Cedar Point realistically convert Top Thrill Dragster into the world's tallest roller coaster? Now, the reason why I'm thinking this is because the swing launch for this project is looking more and more like a reality. And now you're probably asking yourself why, and don't worry, because I plan on sharing that. So how do you feel about the track color being blue and the supports being orange? Because with these Google Street images of the fabrication plant for Intamin coasters, I'm 95% sure that we are looking at the new track and supports for the new Dragster coaster opening up at Cedar Point in 2024. Now, there might be some of you who still do not believe me when I'm saying this, but rest assured, by the end of this video, you're going to feel a little bit more confident that Cedar Point's new 2024 coaster will indeed be Intamin and not Zamperla. Most of you know me by now. If you do not, my name is Brandon, and thank you so much for checking out my channel, Theme Park Predictions. And as you can tell, I'm a huge Dragster fan, and I'm so excited that the ride is getting reimagined instead of retired forever and torn down. With that being said, let's take a look at these Google Street images. And as you can see through the trees, you can see some blue track with bright orange supports, along with a bunch of track that's painted white or cream colored that I believe is going to be for Falcon's Flight that will open up as the world's tallest roller coaster at Six Flags Qiddiya. But the main observation from this that I want to share with you is notice how large both of these track pieces are. Both of these coasters are going to be for massive rides. Now, I will say there is a slight chance that the blue and orange track could be going to Six Flags Qiddiya for their new Intamin LSM coaster that looks like a Spike as well as a top hat. But again, I really do firmly believe that this is for Dragster, and here's a few other reasons as to why that is. Notice the date on this photo is April of 2023, which is crazy recent for a Google Street View. So we're very blessed to know the time this photo was taken. And taking a closer look at the actual track, the blue track and orange supports, notice there's a lot of straight pieces as well as a few curved pieces. And knowing what we know about the Dragster's extended layout, it appears that every track piece here, the transitions match up perfectly for the new Dragster. Now, another reason why I do not think this track is going to Six Flags Qiddiya is due to how sunny it is out there, where it's in the desert. So the blue track and orange supports will probably get really dirty or faded over time very quickly. That is why other parks in the desert like Dubai, most of their roller coasters feature white track and white supports. And by the way, if you're just as excited about the new Dragster as I am, and you're looking for a great shirt like this, you can find it in the official Theme Park Predictions Coaster Gear store. And I'll place the link for that in the description of this video. Now, heading back to Cedar Point, these things are getting very, very interesting over there. As of Saturday morning, there's a gigantic crane that's located in the Dragster infield. And in my recent video, I shared with you a few thoughts about that crane. Number one, it's located right next to the top hat, which I guess it could get moved down towards the Spike if the park does plan on building that structure first before they remove all the old track off the top hat. But this project is getting escalated very quickly because the cost of that crane per day is crazy expensive. So Cedar Point is definitely going to be doing something with Dragster very, very soon. And the best part is the park is open, so we can go check it out on a daily basis, because either Cedar Point's going to start removing the track off the top hat, then work on the Spike, or vice versa. But before they can start that, Cedar Point needs track and supports for that to happen. So here's what I'm thinking. The park's gonna start removing the track off the top hat any day now. I do not feel as if the Spike is going to be the center of attention right now, especially due with Iron Dragon already being in operation. So I see the park focusing on the track removal on the top hat. Then, over the next few weeks or so, we're going to start seeing shipping containers show up at the park with the new track in them. And before you know it, we're going to know the manufacturer as well as the color for the new Dragster 2.0, which aligns perfectly with this new track that is at the Intamin fabrication plant. The blue and orange track, that track appears to be ready for shipment, and it's going to take it some time to get it from the middle of Europe all the way across the Atlantic Ocean and through the Great Lakes to get to Cedar Point. I have been confident all along now that this project is indeed going to be an Intamin, and things are looking very much likely that that's going to be true, which is great news for Cedar Fair and Cedar Point. In this video here, I share exactly why we all need this project to be Intamin for the future of new roller coasters at the Cedar Fair parks. I mean, just take a look at how large this track is. This is for a Giga or a Strata coaster, and that's super exciting because obviously the new Dragster project is the biggest coaster construction project outside of Falcon's Flight. Now you're going to notice there's a lot of straight track here, which tells me that's either for the Spike or the launch track. And if it is for the Spike, then the Spike obviously is not going to be twisted, which I guess is okay. I love the whole twisted concept. However, I feel as if it would be twisted, there would have to be a lot more footers around the triangular footer area that you can see here. And after looking at these images for over 30 minutes, I'm very confident that again, this is for Dragster and no other coaster, because all the white track you see again, I really feel as if that's going to be for Falcon's Flight. And if anyone knows the colors for that new coaster, be sure to let me know in the comments, because obviously the renderings that we've already seen features black track and supports, but they can easily change that to white. Again, I just did not see that coaster featuring orange track and blue supports. So I have 3 questions for you that I want to know your thoughts. Number 1, how do you feel about the orange supports and blue track for the new Dragster if this track really is for the new ride? And again, I believe it is. Also, knowing what we know now, how tall do you think the Spike is going to be? And finally, knowing what we know now, with all these Google Earth images, as well as the bird's eye view of the construction site from Lake Erie Lifestyles, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for the new Dragster? Be sure to let me know in the comments. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to smile today, even if it's a bad day, and always remember to think positive and keep riding coasters.